Proverbs 4 verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Hi, hello, I'm Nonny Motaung, and welcome to Got You, a space to learn, unlearn, grow in understanding and in love as far as relationships are concerned. Thank you so much for choosing to listen to us today. We really appreciate it and we see you. Welcome back to my returners, to our returners. We really appreciate you and see you. Thank you so much. And for those who are coming across us for the first time, well, hello, hi. You're very much welcome. We hope you'll find your home with us and be blessed and have a blessed listening. Thank you so much. Remember, we are releasing episodes every Friday, 1 p.m. South African time on various social platforms, on Spotify, on Apple Podcast, on Amazon Music, on YouTube, on Pocket Cast, on iHeart. We are literally everywhere. Please don't forget to subscribe on Facebook, to follow on Apple Podcast, to follow also on Spotify. Just make sure that you follow, you engage. Please comment. Your comment, your engagement actually encourages us to do more, to see that what we are doing is not in vain. Our services are not in vain. So please do engage with us. Do comment, like, share with your world. You don't want to get better alone, okay? We all want to be better. We all want to do better. And we all want to have a better life. So, yep, that's that. And the exciting news. We are having our first ever, right? Physical meeting. So we will be having our Got You Summit this month on the 30th of November, 1 p.m. Please do check the post on my social platforms. On Instagram, Nonny_Motaung. Please check that. And just check Nonny Motaung. Probably everywhere you will find me. And check the poster. Man, can't wait for you to be there. I'm so ready. Please come prepared, because wow, what the Lord is doing in the season, please, you cannot miss, okay? Thank you so much. So today I need us to talk about healthy habits, the habits that we need to integrate in our relationships, so to form a healthy environment in and around our relationships. So the first habit is to stay away from assumption. Make sure that you know what this other person needs or what this other person requires from you. Don't assume. Typical example. Mostly we assume that men are not emotional beings, right? That's how apparently, not even apparent, it's been said. Men are not emotional beings. And on your, for instance, partner, right, requires you to affirm them more frequently. And because, quote unquote, that men are not emotional beings, it seems as if this person is feminine. It gives feminine energy. So it gives no masculinity. It gives no tough real men, right? Which is crazy. If I'm really being honest, we are all emotional beings. I don't know where did we get the idea. We might not respond the same emotionally, but we are all emotional beings. Why do they have a soul? What is that soul for? Do you think that soul is only for the mind and the will? It's also for your emotions, for their emotions. They have a soul. So this thing of saying men are not emotional beings, it's absolute rubbish. It's absolute rubbish, honestly. We are all human beings. We are all emotional beings. The fact that you are a human being, you are an emotional being. Remember, men is made up of three qualities, right? They're spirit, soul, and body. So the fact that you are on earth, you are breathing, you are living, you have a soul, which makes you an emotional being. Hope we understood that. So we have that assumption that men are not emotional. So when they want things that lean more to their emotional being, it looks like they're weak. It's like, no, you're not a man, So we assume that. And we are different, right? We respond different to our emotions. So because of that, we have an assumption that no, if a man does that, lean, not even more, but kind of lean to their emotions there and there, it feels like you're not man enough. You must what is this? Tough up. There's a place to be tough, right? There's a place and time for men to tough up, to be tough, to be, leaders to. There's a place for that. But when it's time for them to be emotional, please give them the space. I know mostly women don't know how to react to men's emotions and vulnerability. It's like, dude, what's happening? Are you okay? Normally, women don't know how to react to men's emotions. It's okay, my girls. We will get it one day, okay? We will get it right one day. But allow the man to be an emotional being, to express that part of his being. And another assumption is that women are emotional beings. Okay, they are women due to their traumas, due to what they went through as kids and all that shenanigans. They tend not to be that emotional. They tend to be less emotional than the average women. And because of that, for example, when let's say you are a guy, you're texting your girl or wife, whatever, and they don't respond much to your texts, your small gestures that seem to be romantic or supposed to be romantic, they don't receive them how you imagined them to would have received them. Now it becomes a problem that, but I do this, but I do this, but I do this. And then she's like, yeah, thank you. But they don't really hit the right spot. So we assume that because apparently women are emotional beings, every woman is like that, right? So we are unique. Everybody is unique. We have our own traumas, emotional traumas. We have our own minds, our own ways of doing or thinking things, our own perceptions. We are different. So it is important to know a person you are in a relationship with whether you're friends, whoever, whether your husband, your wife, whether your mother, whether your sister. You need to understand them according to personal standards, according to their personal standards, not social standards. I hope that makes sense. So we won't always get it right, okay? We won't always get it right, and it's okay. That's why this whole thing that we are doing here on earth is called life. Another habit that we need to integrate is make it a goal that people that you are in relationship with know that you appreciate them. We get used to people's kindness, and sometimes not that we take advantage of it, but because of the familiarity that we have towards them. Man, he's my friend, or man, she's my friend. She gets it. We even forget to say thank you to the small things that they do for us, the small things that makes the difference in our world, right? For example, your friend can take you to your interview, right? Or can even help you with your interview, where they invest time, they ask questions, you practically practice the interview with them. They take their time, they write their question, they pretend as the interviewer and you are the interviewee, and they take time to do all these things. They research questions, and at the end of the day, you don't say thank you. You don't say thank you. In your head, you're thinking, I know he's my friend, he gets it, dude, you're my friend, or she's my friend, You need to verbalize that. If you are really grateful for them, you really need to verbalize that. You really need to validate them in that way and say, thank you, I see you. So make it a goal. Make it even a daily goal. If someone does something for you, even if it's something that they are supposed to do in your mind, just thank them. Thank you for bringing me water. Thank you. This habit, it creates an environment, a healthy environment for people to flourish. Hey, when you are in a place where you are appreciated, man, you flourish. You do your best. When you are in an environment where it seems like your efforts are not seen, it's like you're not existing, you don't flourish. Obviously, you're gonna lack in certain ways. Your level of excellency is gonna decrease or degrade, because what's the point? You know what I mean? So make sure that it's your goal, it's a daily goal, that those people that you're in relationships with, they know that you appreciate them. And the other thing, you see, this one is a really tricky one, because we tend to do it a lot. A habit is love people how they know how to receive love, not how you know to love. Okay? Mostly we like to take this part of love and relate it to a romantic setup, but also in your friendships, in your family, wherever, you can also apply it. I might be a physical person, and my best friend might not be a physical person. Yes, I can probably hug them or hold their hands, right? Just so to express my love. But at the same time, I need to do love how they know how to receive one. If acts of service is their thing, is their love language, I can get them something, just take their car maybe to the garage just to pour petrol for them, or take it to the car wash and then bring it back, or whatever the case might be, right? That is to make sure that they feel loved, okay? And it goes vice versa, it goes both ways. Even if they're not a physical person, because I am physical, they have to be physical at some point. They have to touch my hands, they have to, just so we balance each other. So this is the whole idea behind this love thing, love languages, exchanging love, and making sure that everybody is filled, their love tanks are filled. Another habit that we can put in place is to set boundaries. I'm sure right now you are starting to call me boundary girl. To set boundaries. There are different kind of boundaries, right? There are emotional boundaries, physical boundaries, digital boundaries, material boundaries, intellectual boundaries, time boundaries. So these are the boundaries that we are gonna indulge in. Time, let's start with time boundary. A time boundary is how you regulate your time. When you are in a relationship with a person, how much time do you regulate? How much time do you put for them? Do you put aside for quality time for them? Your friends, your mom, your whoever you have a relationship with, the time. This has to do with regulating your time. Set boundaries. I spend 2 hours a day speaking, or I spend probably 30 minutes during my lunchtime speaking with my partner, my wife, my husband. This is the time allocated for them. You set time boundaries. And another boundary, intellectual boundaries. Intellectual boundaries has to do with respecting other people's thoughts and ideas. As long as we might not agree with each other. I might not agree with your thesis. You might not agree with my thesis or understanding of things or doing of things or ideas. But as long as there's a mutual respect between us, we are cool. when there's discriminations, when there's insulting of my ideas, and that's when we can't take it. Okay, so that has to do with intellectual boundaries and physical boundaries. Physical boundaries has to do with the level of comfort you have, the level of comfort with physical needs. So for instance, when you are in a marriage setup, right, how many times do you need your partner to touch you, or your partner to engage in extra moral activities, mural, okay girl, extramural activities, right? How many times do you need the extramural activities, and how this is allowed, this is not allowed, touching this place is allowed, touching this place it's not allowed. So that has to do with physical boundaries and digital boundaries. This one deals with how much do you put of us on the net, right, on the internet, on social media, what you are allowed to expose about us, the pictures, the videos, the whatever. How far can you go with that, putting us on the net? So that is digital boundary, right? And then material boundaries. So this one has to do with finances and possessions, your material things, probably your car, right? You can have boundaries with your friends that, you know what, I love you so much and you mean the world to me, but with my car, I can't give you my car, right? I cannot borrow you my car. I can't, this is the amount that I can borrow you, or this is the amount that I can give you. More than this, I can't give you that. So these are material boundaries. These are the things that we need to establish healthy environments in our relationships. Another healthy habit that we need to integrate is to apologize and to forgive. This, can the married people say hallelujah? No, I'm kidding. That's not for them only, but for all of us, really. An apology is not to make the fight to disappear into thin air or to go away, but an apology is a sincere attempt, right, to overcome an issue as a team. So be sincere in your apologizing. Be sincere in your asking for forgiveness. Be sincere. This trend or this tendency that we have of saying, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings, or I'm sorry that I did 1, 2, and 3, but and in school we were taught that the minute you say but, you are technically erasing the first statement or the first sentence that you said. So whatever that you're going to say after the but is the actual statement or sentence. So we really need to learn to take accountability, right, for our and responsibilities, right, for our actions, and stop this childish thing of wanting to blame other people. It's okay. We are human beings. They're probably going to make a mistake not even long time from when you made a mistake. So it's like that, right? We are not trees. We make mistakes. So learn to apologize sincerely. Learn to apologize. You know how we as Blacks, we grow up in environments or homes that we are barely apologized at, right? Or apologized to. People would do stupid things, will do harmful things to you, and they won't even apologize, So verbalize your apology and apologize right. Have the right motives around or behind your apology. And also learn to forgive. Learn to forgive. Where there are human beings, forgiveness is very inevitable. You need to forgive. I don't know how, but you need to learn the skill, if it's a skill, of forgiving. Because people, where that people, there'll always be something to forgive. So learn the skill of forgiveness. Well, you might ask, how many times should I forgive this person? Like the other person we know from the Bible, right? Listen, 7 times 70. 7 times 70. That's how many times you need to forgive in a day. Not in a lifetime, in a day. So learn to forgive, okay? Last but not least is talk about hard stuff. Talk about hard stuff, things that you're not comfortable around. Talk about them. Learn to talk about hard stuff. Don't run away from them. Don't leave them to, I don't know, probably disappear. They won't disappear. They won't go anyway. Talk about the hard stuff, the things you don't appreciate, the things you despise, the things you talk about, those things, right? Things that hurt you. Talk about hard things. Okay. So make it a habit that when your flesh is telling you, no, don't talk about it. Just don't talk about it. They didn't know what they were doing. They probably didn't do it intentionally. Just do the opposite. The minute your flesh tells you, no, and you know, deep down, deep inside, you know that, no, man, this is unacceptable, or this is hurtful, or whatever the case is, or will be, or might be, make sure that you do the opposite of what your flesh is telling you to do. Do exactly what it's telling you not to do. Exactly that. So that's about it for today. I hope we will really implement these things in our relationships and become better and create healthy environments, not only for ourselves, but also those around us, those who will come through our unions, those who will come through our covenants. So thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget to follow. Don't forget to engage, like, share with your world. We are releasing episodes every Friday, 1 p.m. South African time. Please don't forget to share and like and engage and all that. Don't forget, on the 30th, we are having a summit in Mamelodi, 1 p.m. Please don't forget also to check on my socials at Nonny Motaung. On Instagram at Nonny Motaung. Just write Nonny Motaung on TikTok, everywhere really, and then you will find me. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate it that you stayed until this far. God bless you. From myself and the Gochi team, we are saying bye.